Hello there, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Today we're going to be watching a China Insider video with David Zhang on this particular topic right here. Xi Jinping suffers 3 heart attacks, apparently, and what this could mean for the regime overall, what this could mean for the CCP. Because for those that don't know, Xi Jinping has been for many years behind the scenes, ousting a lot of political figures in China and putting in people that curtail and follow his word over even the grander Communist Party. So, could be some troubling times if Xi Jinping is seeing some major health issues. So, we'll go ahead and watch this. The link to this video will be in the link down below. So please go and check that out. And yeah, we'll just go ahead and jump right into it, shall we?
Xi Jinping allegedly suffered 3 episodes related to his heart condition. This was reported by a Russian source on Telegram.
A Russian source on June 9th, over the weekend, received a report that foreign intelligence service, according to the document, Chinese leader Xi Jinping suffered a heart attack on the night of May 25th to 26th, and 2 angina attacks last week. I don't know what angina means. The report also claims that part of the Chinese leadership has decided to remove Xi from power. It is separately noted the forces close to the Chinese leader will do everything possible to keep the status quo. See, this is what I'm talking about. He's filled the political party with devotees to him. So we'll see what happens.
And now, more rumors surrounding this upcoming fourth plenum. Let's talk about it. All right, welcome to another episode of Elite Politics. This time, we're going to continue to discuss the mystery surrounding Xi Jinping's potential downfall. And the latest news comes from a few sources. Some from within China are what you can call rumors. Others come from an outside source, this time from a Russian source called General SVR. Now, this is a Telegram channel. If you've been closely following the Russian
Telegram Telegram's interesting. Telegram has some good sides. Telegram has some bad sides. I don't use it personally, but from what I've seen, it's a little iffy what you can get on there.
Russian-Ukraine situation, you might have heard of them. They are allegedly a bunch of former intel guys that work closely with Russian intelligence or had worked in Russian intelligence, and they often reveal some, these rumors. We have the Chinese version, they have the Russian version. They do it about Putin because obviously, Russia is also a black mystery box when it comes to their politics. Some of the stuff they disclosed in the latest post about Xi Jinping was that sources information they got confirms that Xi Jinping suffered a heart attack on May 26th to 27th. And then last week, 2 episodes of angina, which is actually, if you follow what we've been talking about last year, Xi Jinping suffered a stroke. And his post-recovery, people...
Yeah, I remember reading about this. Or not reading, watching about this. I do follow a lot of these China Insider style-esque channels.
Patients that have gone and survived strokes often, and you can find a lot of these medical papers about it, they end up having heart complications, heart attacks, anginas and things like that, which causes them
I don't know
to
what
pass
angina
away
means.
from those type of heart-related conditions after they suffer stroke. So medically, this does make sense. But the timeline also makes sense considering that we were talking about how Xi Jinping had disappeared for about 2 weeks, and it seems to make sense considering that he might have just had to recover from a heart attack before meeting Lukashenko. And if last week when he suffered 2 episodes of angina, that also could mean that that happened after Lukashenko left.
Isn't Lukashenko is he the Belarusian government or president? I don't remember.
So obviously, for the purpose of now, no matter what the outcome is, they're not gonna, leave him medically. That is to just, whatever it takes him. So they're obviously gonna save him. But it does mean that something serious is wrong with his health. Now, same source here also claims that the forces that are trying to defend Xi Jinping, so Xi's faction, are trying to preserve the status quo, which means that they're not giving up on trying to keep him in power, while the party elders or the other CCP elites are trying to replace him. So,
yeah, there's conflict inside of the party itself. Like I said at the very beginning, there's major conflict. Now, that being said, I mean, we can all admit, time ages us all. And maybe it's time for Xi Jinping to step down just because of his age, right? Same with a lot of world leaders, unfortunately. Time does wither us away. What I'm expecting is I think Xi Jinping is going to try to keep political power no matter what. and I think he's going to announce a successor here shortly.
This is a secondary sort of confirmation, still circumstantial in my view, about the potential
A successor that's, devoted to him.
downfall of Xi Jinping. And so this leads me to talk about the rumors out of a Chinese source on what could happen in the fourth plenum. Now, this has been around for more than a week now, so it's not something new, but the potential candidates for a transitional government or transitional party leadership consists of two people. And before we continue to talk about what really goes on here, let me get the other David to tell you something very important.
Dear China Insider viewers, this August, I'm heading to Forest City in Malaysia, a haunting symbol of China's real estate crisis. For a 7-day investigation, I'll be exploring the ghost city and speaking and interviewing with people in Malaysia and Singapore about the Chinese crisis in its real estate, politics, as well as the general perception in Southeast Asia. My goal is to expose the growing influence of the Chinese Communist Party there. Your support will make this journey possible, powering China Insider to deliver unfiltered and bold truth. So why am I going? Well, it's probably the only place outside of China where we can witness the entirety of the Belt and Road Initiative from its rise to the downfall, the decade of Xi Jinping's ambition, and possibly witness the beginning and the end of the CCP's economic might. I am once again asking for your financial
Oh my God, Bernie Sanders.
support. Sorry, that was my best Bernie impersonation. But in all seriousness,
Bernie Sanders. I used to be a Bernie bro, but he's kind of a hypocrite. He's kind of a hypocrite. He's also up there in age as well. I think our political parties are too reliant on the elderly. I think we need to have young political leaders like Bukele down in El Salvador. We need to have fresh blood.
by donating, you become the driving force behind our mission with China Insider going to Southeast Asia. And here is how you can join us. While we're so grateful for any amount of donation that you can provide to us for this journey, if you donate $15, you will receive a personalized thank you letter from me. By donating $35, you receive a personalized thank you letter from me and exclusive behind-the-scenes photos of this trip, which will capture moments you'll never see anywhere else. By donating $65, you will get a digital book packed with outtakes, unseen footage, and my personal reflection, offering a raw insider look into the Ghost City and all of its former glory. It also includes all of the $35 tier donation rewards. And if you donate $100 or more, you will receive exclusive, never-for-sale merchandise from China Insider specifically tailored for this trip, which is a unique keepsake for our top supporters, plus all of the previous tier rewards. Your generosity will fund the equipment, travel, and production of this trip, and we just can't thank you enough for sticking with us for the journey so far, and we hope to bring you all of the best stories around China, and this trip definitely will be one that's worth remembering, so join us on the journey and donate today.
Yeah, so our trip is coming up.
I think he recently just had one of his trips funded to Taiwan as well. I had to check out that video too.
We're going to be going in August, and if you want to support us, consider check out the link in the description and support us today with a donation. The temporary general secretary will be retired former Politburo Standing Committee member Wang Yang, and the temporary premier, who is the second.
He said retired, but man, he looks tired. Like right here, he looks tired. I know what tired looks like, and this man, he's tired.
Retired former Politburo Standing Committee member Wang Yang, and the temporary premier, who is the second most powerful, will be Hu Chunhua, related to former General Secretary Hu Jintao. Now, these two people are going to be the holdover until the 21st Party Congress, which will happen in 2027, and then that's when Hu Chunhua will likely be nominated to become the paramount leader. Again, disclaimer, a lot of things could shift between now to end of summer. A lot of things could shift between them becoming if allegedly are the candidates to what happens in 2 years, right? But so far, if this is actually what's going to happen, then within a few months, we could see Xi Jinping step down. He will give up all three of his titles, the General Secretary, the Chairman of the PRC, as well as the Chairman of the Central Military Commission. So these are three titles you hold as paramount leader in today's China, and things are changing. And what's overseeing this transition period is a council of CCP elders, retired individuals from each iteration of their so-called government or Congress, selecting one person to become the representative in this little mini council, you could say. So your collective leadership, right? Now, interesting thing is, as we become closer and closer to that date, we're getting more information that seem to confirm our previous information. But then again, you always have to question the authenticity of where things like the Russian telegram source got it from. Now, one possibility is that maybe they got it from internal Chinese sources who want this type of information to come out. Maybe it's an information warfare. The second possibility is that
China's very good with their information warfare. I would probably say they're the best in the world, to be honest.
Something did happen to Xi Jinping, and obviously people inside the party want the world to know. And the third is that maybe none of this actually happened and everybody's making it up. But if I had to make an educated assessment right now, the chance of that being nothing's happening is very low. Because if you just look at the track record of so-called rumors since 2022, let's just say, they've all turned out to be at least 90% true. So rumors coming out of China, they might be months ahead of what actually happens, but they end up happening, right? So we've talked about this multiple times. So that is something to watch for. Don't discount these rumors because they seem unbelievable. You have to be a believer right now. But anyways, the point here is to talk about what happens next because it does matter. Now, for me personally, there is only one way out in terms of how the CCP can really revitalize itself, which is to completely abandon the system, right? I've made a video on this, so I won't go into more details, but there's no other ways around, say, you're gonna put in another guy and that guy in charge is somehow gonna be better. Because the system in itself will constantly be about seeking power and dividing power and control, which means you may have this council of elders, but if all of them have a different idea, you're not gonna get anything done, right? So eventually what happens, and this, again, is a repeat of history, this exact same scenario happened at basically the end of Deng Xiaoping's reign, was you have a collective leadership, but everybody wanted to put in their so-called successor. So you have power struggles, everybody's fighting against each other, and then guess what? By the end of 2010, Xi Jinping was put into place because he seemed like an outsider. He didn't seem like he was going to be somebody turning out like this and that he was going to be able to be controlled. And so nobody realized that this was going to happen. So the chance of this repeating itself, very possible, right? So again, my message is that just completely dissolute, get rid of the CCP, change into something different.
There's the CCP isn't going away anytime soon.
All these people retire, whatnot. Now, that could be a dream.
That's what we wish for. Like I said, we got to get the elderly out of our governments.
That could be a wish. It could also be a possibility or even becoming reality. But the point here is that something big is changing, and we can't discount that fact anymore. So if you enjoyed this topic, make sure to click the subscribe button as we cover this weekly, as well as comment below your thoughts and like this video. All right, we'll see you next time on Elite Politics.
All right, guys. Link to the video will be in the description down below, so go and check it out. I don't think this current reign is going to come to an end until Xi Jinping decides it. He has a lot of control. He has a lot of political power because he has a lot of insiders in not even his own circle, but in a lot of circles around him in the government. A lot of devotees and whatnot. So I think it's going to go all the way to the cusp of when he can't even be there anymore, essentially, where he's too frail, too old, too sick. And then it'll go to a successor of his choosing, and it'll just continuously keep, being the same CCP that we see every day. All right, let's see what this has to. Let's see what the comments have to say about all this. So, is he going to get a replacement heart from a 15-year-old Chinese student or from a Canadian teen slipped into the made list? Yes. Being a dictator is very stressful to the heart. He was too emotionally damaged. The thing is, the CCP isn't looking to solve the struggle problem. Factions are looking to win the struggle. They'll never drop CCP willingly. It's the source of their wealth and power. True. If Xi is replaced, I pray for China to get better leader because I don't doubt the majority in line are worse than him. Yeah, they're probably are. He has plenty of new ones in prisons. He can replace his heart with some poor prisoner. The devil you know is better than the devil you don't. Let's hope Pooh's replacement is a bit more intelligent and compassionate towards the people of China. Yeah, I'm overly optimistic. I hope so as well. The people in China are the people that suffer the most to the Communist Party. So he have a heart. Stunning. If he can't find a prisoner with comparable DNA, he can always receive a pig heart. Okay. Excellent. Satan is calling him back. Emotional damage. Ding didn't know he had a heart. We hope his replacement won't misbehave like Mao or Xi. Major disasters who set China back in their greedy folly. Too bad. Li Kwang, I can never pronounce his name, is no longer around. He would have been much better president. I think he was the one that was like ousted out on like TV, wasn't he? I remember it was like a year or two ago. I think it might have even been 2 years now. It's been a long time. He was ousted out on TV and it was making the rounds. Good stuff as always, man. The ignorance of people have of the CCP in the West is astounding. They probably poked him with something that causes heart problems. You think it's intentional? I don't know. Li Kwang's ghost is like laughing. Okay, so maybe this wasn't the same person that I'm thinking of. I don't know. The names are always very confusing. The Xi we see on TV is actually a robot. The real Xi is already dead 3 years ago. Lol. Sorry to hear your family's hard time. Good luck. Amazing video. Thanks. Something for him to think about. Do I trust the doctor doing the heart transplant? Regardless, Xi live or idle, as long as CCP remain in power, don't make any difference. Yeah. I hope Kira writes his name in the death note. Dang. Dang. Let's search by new comments, see what's up. Fake news. Fake news. It's all fake news. So why is Orange Julius meeting and making trade deals with a pudgy panda? Fake news. One photo suggests Z has and I gotta look this up because I don't know what this is. I mean, it's apparently a heart attack or something akin to that. Agina refers to a condition characterized by chest pain or discomfort caused by a reduced blood flow to the heart. So it's pain, it's chest pain. If leader like this is out of the picture, type 1 Earth is closer than you think. Are you using AutoPin to sign those thank you cards? I mean, he probably is. Let's be real. Sure, China has body doubles like Russia, Putin, and the US, Biden. They all have body doubles. Damn, dude, you've been milking China for like 2 years. To be honest, China's a pretty good country. I know each country has its flaws. This straight up feels like propaganda to me for future China war by CIA. What do you mean? Let's go to his channel. So let's go to his oldest video here, 2 years ago. Musk Taiwan solution. What is going on with this? Do you see this? Strange. Very strange. Well, the whole premise of the channel is front row seats to the stories that no one else talks about. Join David as he uncovers the latest happenings in China with sharp analysis, bold opinion, and in-depth deep dives from the complexities of the U.S.-China relationship to pressuring societal issues and inner workings of the Communist Party politics. There's a wealth of insight to explore. I mean, that's it's what he started on. So, what can I say? What can I say, guys? What can I say? Let's go back to the video here. All right. Actually, I think we'll just go ahead and end the video here. We'll read a couple more comments. Nice breakdown. A human heart can only take so much evil. Yeah, provide sources. It's the screenshot I have. I mean, yeah, he did say it was the source. Hey, are the videos I'm seeing about cow kids using saline drips real? I have no idea who that is. Let me look up Li Kwang. I don't know how to say his name. Oh, no, yeah, no, maybe this is the guy that was ousted. And then he died shortly after? He looks familiar. He looks like the man. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Wow. Wow. Okay, guys. All right, guys. I'll catch you on the next one, yeah? The link to this video will be in the description down below, so please go and check it out. And with that being said, take care, goodbye.